Okay, back to programming. This one will be on circular movement. So we just did the linear and this is the program. So we're going to close this program out. We're going to create a new one. New name, circle. And then we'll do 50. Because I don't think that's one that's... Okay, so now same thing. If we want to go back to our run prepare, robot home, hold the dead man down, move to 0, and it starts flashing. We're already there. Okay, exit out of that. Now I'm going to say movement, move J, 100%, good deal. So that's our first position. X plus, Y minus, Z negative. Now I'm going to come up above this, come out just a little bit, hit movement, move J, insert correct. Okay, now I'm going to Z negative on this. Maybe turn the torch just a little bit. And I'm going to get up and do this. So most of the time what you want to do is more or less, if you point it down on this part here, so when you're welding a circle, it contains of how many ever arcs you want it to be. So on this one, we're just going to do a point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll have 5 points around this circle. Now you can put as many points as you want. You just have to remember that you always want to end on 3. Okay? So for this one now, let's go to our first point, which is going to be our arc start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jog into it. I'm actually going to run my wire out just a little bit more. I'm going to come down, take my speed down, Z down on that, come back. Now I'm going to try to line this thing up with the pipe as straight as I can. And you'll find out, you'll be touching these up, and I doubt that we get it right on the first one, but we're gonna try to. So I'm just inching my wire out to see where I'm actually gonna hit, and that looks like it's about perfect. And you'll have to play around with these circles, especially when we're just doing as little points as what we're doing. It works a lot better whenever you put more arcs in it, more or less more points in it. So I'm just going to go movement, move J. So that's going to be, whoops, didn't have my deal down, my dead man. Okay, so we get that. So, okay, so we've got our first position here of our, that's where we're going to stop for our first circle. So that's going to more or less start our arc start. We're going to start our arc there. So we're going to go to command, welding, arc start 1 still in there. We're good. Now on this, we may just actually do straight up welding on this. A lot of times you want to do a weave, but we'll try it just with a regular circular movement on it with no weaving. So what I'm going to do on this one now is, I'm used to putting weaves in there, I'm not going to. So movement, circle. Now we've got a 5 mm a second on that, and I'm going to turn this up to 200 for now, just because I want it to move fast through this. That way it doesn't take forever. So this is actually going to be our first point of our circle. So the first point always starts an arc, or starts the circle, and how many ever points you put around that circle. So if you got your first point, second point, third point, second point, third point, second, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, on around. You never hit 1 again. That's only on the very start of your circle. That initiates the circle. So we're good on that movement. And the PL on this. This is very important on this. The PL always has to be at 9 on your circle because you want a complete smooth movement around there when you're welding. It will not work if it's not on 9. So insert correct. So it tells you what we're doing. First movement, we're at 9. We're great. So now I'm going to go to my second position in my circle. So I'm gonna come out. I sped this up. Now I'm just going to use a C because I want the torch to stay the same angle. And I'm technically going to turn this at a 45-degree angle. And you don't have to. You can push it a little bit all the way around if you want. And I'm going to say we're going to keep a little bit of a torch angle on that. So we're going to come down, try to get this thing. Oops. Gonna keep it kind of heading into it here. Y plus. Turn it down so I don't crash it. That's the great thing about this. It does have a breakaway head, so you don't have to really worry too much about crashing it, but it's always best if you do. Looks like I'm really close to the center of that pipe, and that's the thing that you'll fight with on this, is actually getting it in the center. The bad thing about a machine is that it's always trying to be as accurate as it can be, so when you're trying to figure out the center point, if you're off a little bit, your arc will be too. So hopefully I'm on the center of that radius, and that's why I said if you put more arcs in it, you're going to be accurate. But for this thing, I'm going to say that's good. Movement, C, and this will just, and you see it defaulted to 2 already, so I'm going to insert correct. So that's our second point of our circle. Now I'm going to up my speed here. I'm just going to regular Z straight up. Now I'm going to turn this thing all the way around like this, and this will be our third point of our circle. Our wire's sticking out pretty good, so hopefully that doesn't mess me up too. Okay, we're going to go back. I'm going to go Y plus. That looks good. Z down on it. Turn my speed down so I don't put a show on for everybody here. And notice I never mess with any of my torch angles. The only one I'm doing is this C is a rotational, just because I really don't want the angle of which I'm welding to change. So I'm going in there, and I'm thinking that that's going to be, might need to come over this way just a tad. Now I'm going to go down just a little bit more, and I may just keep it. I think I'm going to try it right there. It may end up being a little off. You'll see it in the weld, but we'll put a decent weld around it. So I'm gonna hit get back up here, movement, move C, change this to the third point, insert correct. Okay, so now we've got the start. We got 1, 2, and 3 points. Now, here's where sometimes people will get confused on this. The next point needs to be point 2. So I'm gonna go minus, turn my speed up, come up, rotate around. I'll suck my wire in just a little bit. I'm going to try to, I'm really close on that. I might need to come forward just a tad, slow the speed down. Okay, come back into it, see negative. Might wire out just a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to come. Just go into it just a tad, and call that good. So now we're going to go back into our movement here. Movement, move C. Now we're going to go back to the second point of our circle. Insert correct. That's good. Now the third point, we'll do the same thing. We're just going to get it away from it here. up my speed, C plus. And the only reason I'm doing that is just to kind of clear my part. And then that's where I get my rotation on my head. And I'm going to keep just a tad angle on this thing. Hopefully we'll have an angle when we get over here. We will. Okay, now go down. Be sure to be careful, don't crash it. Speed down. I'm going to do the same thing again. Now I'm going to come back into it. I'm going to come over just a little bit, maybe there. Now I'm going to come back, Z down, and I like that. So movement, move C. This will be our third point. Insert correct. Now we're going to do a command. We're going to end the arc right there. So welding, arc end 1, insert correct. So we have arc start, a full circle, and an arc end. Now we're going to tool out, just like we did on the last one. So I'm changing my coordination right here to tool. I'm going to hit Z plus, and the torch will exit straight out. Turn my speed up just a little bit. All right. So right there, I feel like that's good. That's just going to be a joint movement there, 100%. I'm going to change it back to 0 on the PL side because I don't want it at 9. Insert correct. Now, now that I want to go back to my home position, I'm just going to go to the top of my program 1. I hit that to jump up to it. Now we're just going to go back to that, and that'll get our torch rotated back around to the home position. So we're there. Now we just go down here, movement, move J. That's all right. Insert correct. Now, on this, when we're jumping through this, we can't, it will only move straight lines. It won't go circles. So what we'll need to do to test this program out, first things first, what we probably want to do is turn this. We'll just change these. Remember, let off of your dead man, so we're not modifying any movement. And I'm just going to go change instruction from 200 to 5 is what I believe we were at. Insert correct. And there's a way to edit and replace, and it'll be VL. And you can replace all of those. So if you want to replace 200, enter with 5, enter, and then just hit this replace command, and notice we're just replacing all of those circular movements on down through there. And now when we want to be done with it, we just hit cancel. So now we're all okay. So we're at the home position now. So now we're going to step through our program and make sure. And we'll go ahead and hit this play button. Don't know why I hit PLC. I've got it at 45%, which is okay. The arc is off, and we are in step mode. Okay, so we're going to step one line at a time through this program. And notice that your arcs too, we had a little bit of an issue before we realized. Make sure that you're always pushing your wire. So you'll notice when we stop on this 0.3, you'll notice that, see how our torch is angled in the position which we want to continue in. If it's angled the other way, it'll actually try to make that arc the other, with your torch on the, more or less hitting the pipe. So that was an issue that we had. So make sure that your torch angles push, 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 and push. So we're ending in a pushing angle. So you'll watch it, we'll go on around. And like I said, we just got this as close as what we thought it needed to be. And we may go back through before we run this and touch it up one time real quick, because it looked like it wasn't. So go back, we go. And that's our very home position. Let me go back. Now, since I don't want to wait, I'm going to take this, do this. Now I'm going to push my wire out where I'm comfortable with it. And that's about, it's probably more than what it should be. So now I'm going to go through here, and this is a quick way to touch up your program. 100%. I'm going to move pretty fast through this. So I'm going to look at that position. It's far away from it, but it looks like it's going to hit. So we'll try that. Now, I know that my other arc is around here somewhere, so it doesn't actually go to point 2, but I'm just going to stop it right there, reset it, change it to the teach mode. Now I'm just going to go to this point 2, hold this down, and take our percentage up, hit that. Now see where we start, and we're saying, okay, we're in a position. And it actually looks pretty good, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is, instead of going back through here, I'm just gonna come back here. I'm gonna rotate my torch around because I know it's gonna rotate around. A little bit. I'm just gonna get it close to this next position. That way we don't have to travel and wait forever. So now I'm at, go down to point 3. This is our top side of our circle, and you'll see it's just gonna move and move and move forever. We may cut out a little bit of waiting time here. But that's why we do have them at 200 to begin with, because it's more or less, we've got it turned down to where it's not 100% movement, and now we're 5 millimeters of 100%. It's just brutally slow. And it should be getting close. You'll see it start to, yeah, there we go. And when you see that, that means that it's in position. So this one here, I'm actually gonna touch this up just a little bit. I'm gonna bring it in just a little bit, forward, and then maybe down just a tad. There we go. Now, I'm gonna hold the dead man in, change instructions, leave all that the same, insert correct. Now we've touched that position up. I'm gonna hit the play mode here, and tell me some stuff like that. I don't care. Run that down. Now we're going to our second point, and whenever I feel like I'm getting close, it actually looks like it's gonna weld actually really good. It just looked like it was far away on that side. So it looks good to me. And it may not be the most perfect weld, but the thing about it is you'll just have to go through it again. I'm just gonna one more time just to make sure nothing went crazy on us. And as long as, yeah, we're traveling in the right direction. So at this point now, I'm just going to stop it, hit the pause button, reset, turn it to teach mode, hit my dead man. I'm going to turn my percentage all the way up, C plus out, go to the top of my program, hit that. Now I'm going to get me a little bit of wire sticking out where I like it, right there, just by hitting that button there. Now I'm just going to hit edit program reset. That clears everything out that was stupid. We're going to hit the play button. We're going to turn our arc on, turn our percentage up to 100, and we'll see. This may be fast, I don't know, but we'll test it out. So go ahead and hit this, that. Now watch your eyes. Oh, I'm still in step. Hold on a second. I'm gonna just hit pause, reset, into that. It's all right. I had to hit that. Put it on the black line. That means one cycle. Hit that again. All right. And that is technically what we're looking for on a robotic weld. That is what you want every time. I'd call that acceptable. And that's pretty good. We could adjust it a little bit to be more on the plate, but I mean, for all practical purposes, that's an excellent looking weld.